From the streets of Maia, Portugal, to the concrete pitches of São José dos Campos, Brazil, football shaped to warriors in completely different ways. One learned to fight with vision, imagination, and relentless creativity. The other learned to survive through discipline, sacrifice, and defensive mastery. One speaks with passion and emotion. The other commands with silence and authority. Yet when they stand together on the same pitch, they become something greater than individuals. They become balance. This is the story of Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro, two midfield generals, two leaders, two players forged by struggle, pressure, and responsibility. One creates chaos for opponents with daring passes and fearless shots. The other destroys chaos with perfect positioning, bone-crunching tackles, and unbreakable composure. One plays on the edge, taking risks, demanding movement, forcing the game forward. The other protects the edge, restoring order, holding the line, ensuring stability when everything threatens to collapse. When they arrived at Manchester United, the club was searching for identity, control, and belief. What it found instead were two men who understood the weight of the badge. Bruno Fernandes, the heartbeat, the voice, the fire. Casemiro, the anchor, the shield, the calm. Together, they transformed the midfield into a battlefield ruled by intelligence and intensity. Bruno Fernandes carries the game on his shoulders, constantly asking for the ball, constantly pushing forward, refusing to hide. Casemiro carries the team on his back, absorbing pressure, protecting teammates, making the sacrifices that never make the highlight reels but win championships. Bruno Miguel Borges Fernandes was born on September 8, 1994, in Maia, a small city near Porto, Portugal, into a close-knit family where football was not just a pastime, but a way of life. From a very young age, Bruno showed an intense love for the game, often playing for hours in the streets and local pitches, developing the technical sharpness, awareness, and competitive fire that would later define his career. His father, a former amateur footballer, strongly influenced his early development, encouraging discipline, responsibility, and a deep understanding of the game. While Bruno's older brother Ricardo, who also pursued a football career, became both a role model and a constant competitor. Bruno joined Boavista's youth academy, where his intelligence and vision stood out early, but his path was never easy, as he was not always seen as physically dominant or naturally explosive, forcing him to rely on technique, work rate, and football intelligence to progress. At just 18 years old, Bruno made a bold and life-changing decision to leave Portugal and move to Italy, signing for Navarra in 2012. This transition was difficult, marked by language barriers, cultural adjustment, and tactical demands that tested his mental strength. However, Italy proved to be a crucial finishing school for his football education, sharpening his positional discipline, defensive awareness, and adaptability. His performances at Navarra earned him a move to Udinese in Syria, where he gained experience at the highest level, although opportunities were limited. A loan spell at Sampdoria followed, and while team success was inconsistent, Bruno's technical quality, long-range shooting, and willingness to take responsibility began to attract attention. Despite not being a star in Italy, these years forged his resilience and tactical maturity, qualities that later became central to his success. In 2017, Bruno returned to Portugal by joining Sporting CP, a move that completely transformed his career and elevated him into European football's elite. At Sporting, he evolved from a promising midfielder into a complete attacking leader, becoming the creative and emotional heartbeat of the team. Bruno's impact was immediate and dramatic. He scored goals at an extraordinary rate for a midfielder, delivered countless assists, and consistently produced decisive moments in big matches. His ability to strike from distance, execute precise through balls, and arrive late in the box made him unpredictable and devastating. During the 2018-19 season, he scored over 30 goals in all competitions, an astonishing achievement for a midfielder, and followed it up with another prolific campaign in 2019-20. He captained Sporting during turbulent periods, showing loyalty and leadership even when the club faced internal challenges. And his performances earned him multiple Primeira Liga Midfielder of the Year awards, two Primeira Liga Player of the Year honors, and widespread recognition across Europe. He also won domestic trophies with Sporting, including the Taça de Portugal and the Taça da Liga. cementing his status as a club icon despite a relatively short stay. In January 2020, Bruno Fernandes completed a major transfer to Manchester United, a moment that marked a turning point not only in his career, but in the club's modern era. United were struggling for consistency, identity, and creativity, and Bruno's arrival had an immediate and transformative effect. From his first matches, he brought urgency, confidence, and a fearless mentality, demanding higher standards from teammates and assuming responsibility in decisive moments. His goals, assists, chance creation, and relentless pressing quickly made him indispensable. In his first full season, he finished as Manchester United's top scorer and was named the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year, an award he would go on to win multiple times. His influence continued season after season as he consistently ranked among the Premier League's top creators and goal-contributing midfielders. Bruno's leadership qualities earned him the captain's armband, symbolizing his importance both on and off the pitch. He helped guide Manchester United to domestic and European finals, including deep runs in the UEFA Europa League, and played a central role in restoring competitiveness and ambition at the club on the international stage. Bruno Fernandes has been a vital figure for the Portugal national team, representing his country in major tournaments such as the UEFA European Championship and the FIFA World Cup, playing alongside a generation of elite Portuguese talent. Bruno has contributed goals, assists, and tactical balance, offering creativity, pressing energy, and intelligent movement between the lines. His performances for Portugal reflect his club form, selfless, intense, and decisive when needed. Over the years, he has accumulated dozens of international caps, scored important goals, and established himself as a trusted and experienced leader within the squad. As of today, Bruno Fernandes stands as one of the most complete midfielders in world football, known for his relentless work rate, emotional intensity, creative vision, and fearless approach to responsibility. His achievements include multiple individual awards in Portugal and England, consistent inclusion in League Team of the Season selections, club captaincy at one of the world's biggest teams, and recognition as one of Europe's most productive midfielders of his era. Off the pitch, Bruno is admired for his professionalism, family-oriented values, and outspoken honesty, often emphasizing hard work, sacrifice, and accountability. His journey from a young boy in Maya to a global football leader is a story of perseverance, belief, and continuous growth. Bruno Fernandes is not just a footballer defined by statistics or trophies, but by influence, mentality, and leadership. A player who continues to shape matches, inspire teammates, and write his legacy at the highest level of the game. Carlos Enrique Casemiro, known to the football world simply as Casemiro, was born on February 23, 1992, in São José dos Campos, São Paulo, Brazil, into a humble background that shaped both his character and his relentless mentality. Growing up in a working-class family, Casemiro faced financial hardship from an early age, experiences that instilled discipline, resilience, and gratitude, qualities that would later define his career. Football quickly became his escape and purpose, and his talent was evident from childhood, leading him to join the youth academy of São Paulo FC, one of Brazil's most respected clubs. There, Casemiro developed not just as a player, but as a competitor, learning the importance of tactical awareness, physical strength, and responsibility in midfield. He made his professional debut for São Paulo in 2010 and soon became part of a historic squad that won the Copa Sudamericana in 2012, gaining early experience on the continental stage and earning recognition as one of Brazil's most promising young defensive midfielders in 2013. Casemiro took a major step in his career by moving to Europe on loan to Real Madrid Castilla, the Spanish club's reserve team. Although initially overlooked and playing outside the spotlight, this period proved vital to his development as it exposed him to European football's intensity, tactical demands, and discipline. His performances earned him a promotion to the first team, and after a loan spell at FC Porto during the 2014-15 season where he matured significantly, gaining confidence, positional intelligence, and leadership, Real Madrid decided to bring him back permanently. This decision would prove historic. Casemiro gradually established himself as the anchor of Real Madrid's midfield, forming one of the greatest midfield trios in football history alongside Luka Modric and Toni Kroos, while Modric and Kroos controlled rhythm and creativity. Casemiro provided balance, protection, and physical dominance, excelling in interceptions, tackles, aerial duels, and defensive positioning. From 2015 onward, Casemiro became indispensable to Real Madrid's golden era, playing a central role in one of the most successful periods in modern football. He was instrumental in winning 5 UEFA Champions League titles, including the historic 3 consecutive triumphs from 2016 to 2018, as well as additional victories in 2022, showcasing longevity at the highest level. His importance extended beyond defense, as he regularly contributed crucial goals in big matches, including Champions League knockouts and finals, proving his ability to rise under pressure. Casemiro also won multiple La Liga titles, FIFA Club World Cups, UEFA Super Cups, and domestic trophies, building one of the most decorated careers of any midfielder in football history. Despite rarely receiving the same spotlight as attacking players, he earned immense respect from teammates, coaches, and opponents for his consistency, discipline, and tactical intelligence. On the international stage, Casemiro became a cornerstone of the Brazil national team, representing his country at multiple Copa America tournaments and FIFA World Cups. His leadership qualities were recognized as he frequently captained the side, guiding a new generation of Brazilian players with authority and composure. One of the defining moments of his international career came in 2019 when he helped Brazil win the Copa America on home soil, delivering dominant performances throughout the tournament and scoring crucial goals along the way. His role for Brazil mirrored his club responsibilities, shielding the defense, dictating tempo through intelligent positioning, and allowing creative players to flourish. In 2022, Casemiro made another bold and defining move by transferring to Manchester United, marking a new chapter in his career. Arriving as an established winner, he brought elite mentality, leadership, and tactical discipline to a team seeking stability and identity. His impact was immediate, transforming Manchester United's midfield by providing structure, defensive solidity, and composure under pressure. Casemiro's presence elevated the performances of those around him, and he played a key role in ending the club's trophy drought by winning the EFL Cup and later contributing to domestic and European success. His ability to control matches, break opposition attacks, and deliver clutch moments reaffirmed his status as one of the world's best defensive midfielders, even outside the Real Madrid system. As of today, Casemiro is regarded as one of the greatest defensive midfielders of his generation, a player whose legacy is built on sacrifice, intelligence, and winning mentality rather than flashy statistics. His career achievements include multiple Champions League titles, league championships in Spain, international silverware with Brazil, and leadership roles at 2 of the world's biggest clubs. Off the pitch, Casemiro is known for his humility, professionalism, and strong family values, often crediting his upbringing for keeping him grounded despite immense success. His journey from a young boy overcoming hardship in Brazil to a global football icon and serial winner stands as a powerful story of perseverance, discipline, and excellence. Casemiro's influence on modern football lies not only in trophies won, but in redefining the importance of defensive midfielder as the foundation upon which greatness is built. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro share a powerful connection defined by elite mentality, leadership, and complementary excellence at the highest level of modern football, most notably through their time playing together at Manchester United, where they formed one of the club's most balanced and influential midfield partnerships in recent years. While they arrived at the club at different moments, Bruno in 2020 and Casemiro in 2022, their coexistence immediately brought structure, authority, and competitiveness to United's midfield. Both players are natural leaders, captains or vice-captains for club and country, and each carries a strong sense of responsibility, demanding intensity and accountability from teammates. Tactically, they complement each other perfectly. Casemiro provides defensive stability, positional discipline, aerial dominance, and ball recovery, acting as a shield in front of the defense, while Bruno Fernandes operates higher up the pitch, using his vision, creativity, pressing energy, and goal threat to drive attacks and decide matches. This balance allows each to maximize his strengths without compromising the team's structure. In terms of achievements, both have experienced success across multiple leagues and at the international level, proving their adaptability and consistency. Casemiro is a serial winner with multiple UEFA Champions League titles and international silverware with Brazil, while Bruno Fernandes has dominated domestically in Portugal and England with individual awards, league recognitions, and club captaincy honors. Despite different roles, both are known for stepping up in big moments. Casemiro with crucial tackles, interceptions, and goals in finals and knockout matches, and Bruno with decisive goals, assists, and leadership in pressure situations. Their shared strengths include elite football intelligence, relentless work rate, mental toughness, and the courage to take responsibility when games are on the line. Neither player is defined purely by flair. Instead, they are respected for consistency, intensity, and influence. Beyond trophies and tactics, Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro share a deep professional mentality shaped by challenging journeys early in their careers, Bruno leaving Portugal young to develop in Italy before returning stronger, and Casemiro rising from hardship in Brazil to conquer Europe. Both embody the modern midfielder, versatile, disciplined, emotionally invested, and team-first. Together, they represent the blend of creativity and control, passion and discipline, attack and defense, forming a partnership that highlights how success at the highest level is built not just on talent, but on balance, leadership, and shared hunger for victory. Long after the final whistle blows, long after the trophies are lifted and the stadium lights go dark, football remembers the players who changed the rhythm of the game. Not always the fastest, not always the flashiest, but the ones who made teams stronger, braver, and harder to break. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro are those players. They represent two sides of football: soul creation and destruction, risk and responsibility, emotion and control. One dares to imagine the impossible pass, the other ensures that dream doesn't become a nightmare. Together, they remind us that greatness is never one-dimensional. Bruno Fernandes will be remembered as the man who refused to accept mediocrity, who demanded urgency, who played every match as if it were a final. A leader who spoke with his football, his voice, and his heart. A player who believed that the game is won by courage, the courage to try, to fail, and to try again. Casemiro will be remembered as the guardian of balance, the quiet commander who won battles before they were even noticed. A player who understood space, timing, and sacrifice. A winner shaped by experience, built by hardship, and defined by trophies earned through discipline and intelligence. Together, they wrote a chapter of modern football that proves one truth above all: great teams are built on balance, balance between attack and defense, balance between passion and calm, balance between individuality and unity. When future generations watch the highlights, they will see goals, tackles, celebrations. But those who truly understand football will see something deeper: to leaders standing in the center of the pitch, controlling the storm, because legends are not only remembered for what they win, but for what they give to the game. And Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro gave everything.